This once war-torn East African nation has experienced a dramatic transformation. Kigali, Rwanda's capital city, is now considered one of the cleanest, greenest, safest cities on the African continent, and no sector of the country has progressed faster and further than healthcare. In the past 15 years, life expectancy has increased, childhood deaths have decreased, and malaria deaths have dropped dramatically. Today, even the poorest Rwandans, like Habimana Maxime, have access to health insurance.
My name is Habimana Maxime, and I'm 22 years old. I live with a lot of sickness, and I'm also an orphan. In 2010, I developed heart disease, and that's when I was transferred to CHUK, where I'm being treated. However, my grandmother came short of the means to pay for all the medical bills.
While poor Rwandans like Maxime now have access to good health care, there is one critical need that is still unmet.
Patients come in public hospital and they are not fed. So they receive medicine, they receive the treatment, but they are not fed. So you have to have somebody from your family that will come every day to bring you food. Some of the patients that are here in Kigali, they don't have a family close to them. Their family live in village. So it's really difficult for somebody to come every day to bring you food.
That is where the mission of Solid Africa and its founder, Isabel Kamaliza, begins.
In every society, there's imperfections. So we want to fill in the gaps of some of the issues that we see in our communities.
Solid Africa, it's a movement of people who feel that they can do something and put the means into it to do it.
While Isabel Kamaliza is the founder of Solid Africa, the inspiration was Mama Zuzu.
I had this love for people who are suffering because I have also suffered in the past. So I would deliver food to one person or two, and they will also show me others who had issues. And within my little means, I would do what I could to help. That's how I continued going there every day.
So I met her in 2010 in a prayer group. I was praying for the sick, for the orphans, for people that really don't have maybe a moral support or a family support. And then she told me, like, with a little smile, saying, you know, talking is easy and praying is easy. It's the easiest thing. We all can talk, but really acting on it, this is the difference.
Soon after I began doing this, Isabel came, and when we met, I found that we had the same passion and love for people.
So she convinced me and said, you know, come to the hospital. We're gonna go and see some of the people. You will talk to them. You don't even have to bring something. So I was in holiday, so I would go there every day. And I used to see that guy who was a patient, and he will always have a plate. In the morning, at 11, at night, name it, he will always have a plate. So after sometimes I was like wondering, but why does he always have a plate? So I went and asked him, but how come you always have a plate on you? And then he said to me, because I never know where the food is coming from. And I want to be in the first people. So when they say there's food in Ward 7, if I go back to my room, take the plate, and go back to do the queue, probably the food would be finished. And that's how I said in myself, like, we need to come up with the structure that give them that confidence that you can have one meal, so that you are not scared, you are not stressed about it.
Meeting Isabel was a blessing from heaven because I didn't have enough capacity to do all I wanted to.
We try to put in place programs that respond to the issues they can face while they're in hospital.
Solid Africa is now addressing patient needs in 5 main areas.
The first one is called Gemura, which is food for all. Food is medicine. We truly believe in that, is that I can give you a lot of drugs, I can give you the best doctors in the world, but if you don't eat, it will be hard for you to recover. Our second one is Kiza. Kiza, it's all about medicine and special tests.
I think the first time I really thought, yeah, what we're doing is really important is when this kid called Nigena, who was burnt like all over his body, needed expensive medical care. So that this whole solidarity came together and we were able to gather doctors here who gave him treatment for free, and he survived because he wouldn't have made it if not. So for me, that was the first time I said, okay, this is, like, everyone in life wants to have an impact, right? And to say that you saved a life, that's the most awesome thing one can think of.
Our third one is hygiene, Sukura. So we provide all of those items from clothing for babies, women, men, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, all the hygienic items you can think of. And our big program now in the Sukura is clean water. We have put in place a water tank that filters the water, and then it can give clean water and drinking water to the patient, but also to the whole hospital. And then our fourth program is Gombora. That one we assist patients with their hospital bills.
This kid has had a difficult life. We were overwhelmed and we knew we couldn't do much. We knew we couldn't be there for him as he needed us to because of our limited means.
They helped me in getting some expensive medicine that I needed, and also in other things, but especially in getting the treatment I needed.
And then we have our fifth one, which is Menya. Menya, it's all about advocacy and awareness. In that program, we have put in place a playroom in one of the biggest public hospitals in the city called Kinaukide. Kinaukide means play while healing. So the idea is just to give a space for children to have their moment without doctors, without thinking about their illness. We hope to have it in each hospital, but have also a whole system of play therapy so that we can really help the kids.
Today you find people with a lot of means, but who don't have a giving heart. So I would like to thank the people who still have love in their hearts.
From that first day we said, if I can just give morale, even if before thinking about the food, about delivering things, we said if we can just come once a week and go and see those one who don't have a family or don't have somebody to look at them.
What makes me most happy in what we do is helping people who are suffering. When you help them, they also gain human compassion in the process.
So Solid Africa was first to tell people, but to tell to ourselves that Africa is solid. And Africa has a solidarity in itself. We wanted homegrown solution, and we hope soon to move to 1,000 people and with 3 meals a day.
It's not an association, it's not a cooperative, it's a movement.
If I hadn't met Solid Africa, I don't know what I would have become. I just want to thank them. They have become my parents, and that's all I can say. Thank you.
I have become a bit notorious. People know about Mama Zuzu, but I always tell them I'm not alone doing this. I am part of something bigger.
At the beginning, it was maybe hard. I would maybe cry around in my car, but tears don't change things. So you have to step up and find solution.
Solid Africa is that, and if anyone wants to be part of that movement, they're most welcome. Yeah.
Be a part of the solution. Come join the movement. www.solidafrica.rw